South Africa now approaching the rest of Africa for trade because of 30% US tariffs on South African products. Now they are now asking African countries to come and trade more with them. Not that Africa has not been trading with South Africa before. Water from Gauteng, especially Johannesburg, comes from Lesotho. Electricity to different parts of South Africa comes from Mozambique. Recently, South Africa is actually queuing up to buy jet fuel from Dangote refinery in Nigeria and other petroleum products. So South Africa actually needs Africa more than Africa needs South Africa. South Africa needs Africa more than Africa needs South Africa. Now, because of this tariff that Donald Trump is proposing or has imposed on South Africa, now the South African president is trying to make deals with other African countries for trade. You know, we always tell you that no country is an island. You will need us. All this xenophobia you are doing, you are the one that's going to suffer it in the long run. Let me give you an example. There was this time I was in Malawi, yeah, and I went to ShopRite Malawi to buy a few things. And I find out that the security at the gate, anytime that you're about to exit, they will check your receipt. And if you're a white person, they will check your receipt and ask you to go. But if you're a black person, they will check your receipt and ask you to open your bag and look inside your bag to see what you have bought. Maybe it just happened that day, I don't know, because I know it doesn't happen like that every day. So I got there, I saw 3 Indians and white people leave before me, and he never checked their bag, he just checked the receipt and asked them to go. So I got there, he checked my receipt and wanted to check my bag. Okay, I opened my bag for him, wanted to put his hand inside. I said, no, you are not even doing that. Did you put your hand inside the bag of those 3 people that just left? Did you even let them open their bag to check what they bought? And this Malawian guy, security guard, was angry because as a black person, I was supposed to let him check my bag inside while white people are free to go. So, but one thing he said, you will need me one day. You know, Malawians have that kind of saying. They have that kind of saying where they will say, when you offend them, say, don't worry, I will do my own work. You will need me one day. Or when the Malawian is worried about something for a long time, they will just put all their thoughts together and say, zimachitika, which means it happens and they'll forget about it. You know, they have a way of actually lifting burdens off their shoulders. By the time the Malawian says zimachitika, that means it happens and it's over. So the guy said, you will need me one day. So the same thing we are saying to South Africa, you will need us one day, now you need us.
When South Africans are saying that they don't like foreigners in their country, sometimes I think I agree with them. Not because I support xenophobia, but I think we should all start to understand some things. If there were no foreigners in South Africa, let's say there were no other African countries in South Africa, I think South Africans would be able to solve their problems better. They would have been focused more on the white people. Their focus would be more on the problems of Orania or any other thing. Because these white people are indigenous, they have lived there longer before the other Africans came to South Africa. You understand? So those new people that came in also brought their own problems to South Africa. So now South Africans have to deal with the foreigners, like the Africans who came to South Africa for greener pastures, and also deal with the white people who will always choose the immigrants, who will always choose the foreigners over the local people, because they know that the local people are know their rights, they know what they want, they have experience in whatever they are doing, and yet they don't want to pay them the price or the amount of money that they need. But for a foreigner who is looking for opportunity, will take advantage and then make the South African look lazy. I am now beginning to understand South Africans. These are some of the things that we have to address. As Africans, before you travel to somebody's country, let's face the facts. Let's fix the problems in our country. Let's all understand that we all have different problems that we face before you go to see that opportunity and make it look like the people who live there are lazy and that they don't want to do any job, or they don't want to do this, or they don't want to do that. There are problems in everybody's country. Don't make it look like they are jealous of you because they are telling you to get out of their country. No, nobody is jealous of you, but you are making it harder for them to solve their problems. You are making the problem even more difficult, because the more you come in and troop in and create an impression that the country is better and that the people who live in it don't know what they have, that is not right. That is wrong. You are looking down on people and you are disrespecting them.
You don't hate illegal immigration. You hate black people. If this was really about illegal immigration, you'd be angry with the illegal immigrants from Holland who arrived in this country uninvited, stayed without our permission, and stole our land. You say it's not the same because we didn't have immigration laws back then. But you also claim South Africa has always had borders. Explain how a country can have borders without laws. If there were no laws, then there were no borders. And if there were no borders, then no black person is illegal on African soil. So what are you actually protecting? You're protecting imaginary lines that were drawn up by colonizers who didn't even recognize you as a human being. And now you're using their maps to decide who belongs in this country. They stole the land, wrote their own laws, and what did South Africans do after apartheid? We let them stay. We rewarded them with citizenship. Nobody got deported back to Holland. So why is it that when we suggest documenting black immigrants, suddenly it's a problem? When Malema says document these people, you say we can't reward criminal behavior. But we already did that. We already rewarded the biggest criminals in this country's history. White people came here illegally and got rewarded with farms, beachfront properties, and generational wealth. After apartheid, no land was expropriated. We let them keep it. Nobody went to jail. You gave white illegal immigrants land, and all we want to do is give black illegal immigrants documents, which are just pieces of paper, by the way. But even that is unacceptable. This country worships whiteness. If a Nigerian did what Jan van Riebeeck and his friends did, you guys would start a war. But when white foreigners steal from you, you forgive and forget, because deep down you're scared. So now you act tough by bullying people with less power than you. You think harassing black foreigners makes you patriotic? Well, it doesn't. It just makes you look like a coward with selective outreach, bullied by white people and too scared to fight back. So now you flex your muscles on poor black immigrants because they're the only people you can win a fight against. You're angry with undocumented black immigrants, but you're okay living alongside the descendants of Dutch settlers who came here illegally and stole everything from you. You say we can't tolerate disrespect from foreigners. You mean the same disrespect you've been tolerating from white settlers for generations. What a joke.
Go back and fix your own country. Go and face your own government. South African public hospitals and clinics are for South Africans and nobody else. We also have our own problems. We need to fix it in South Africa.
We are currently at the Hillbroad Clinic to enforce Section 17 of the Immigration Act. Under Immigration Act 13 of 2002, Section 17, that reads, if you are a foreign national, you need to produce a medical permit and go utilize a private hospital. We came here on Friday. We found there's a lot of people in big numbers that were here to seek medical attention. And I can tell you now, 70% of the people that were here were all illegal immigrants.
That shows that South Africa is the backbone of African healthcare systems, and it's not right that we are taking care of the whole of Africa.
We removed 90 pregnant women. There by the maternity ward, only 4 were South Africans and the 90 were non-citizens. So that tells you on its own, country ya rena ya telwa le melao ya rena. Our healthcare workers ba abusive.
No permit here. No permit. No
entry. Permit no entry.
As it is in South Africa, we've got a budget problem right now. Our parliament is sitting on budget 3.0 and is not yet approved. So how can we fund all the medical assistance to all these people, whereas we don't have a budget for the current year as it is? So we feel that this is not right. As the Patriotic Alliance, we will stand our ground, we will fight for our country.
Country ya rena ya telwa le melao ya rena. Our healthcare workers ba abusive. And we are putting a stop to this. We are saying not with our healthcare workers. And taxpayers' money, in the morning, we found a lot of people here. There were long queues, ridiculously long queues. All those people, all of them wanted to go in and get medical attention.
There were a whole lot of women who were here, pregnant women and women with babies. But after we did our screening process, where the South Africans were only 4, and when it comes to children, we only had 6 children. This shows that our healthcare system is being overburdened by foreign nationals.
So what's the problem? What's the problem?
South African did sign to accept the refugee people here. There are some countries who didn't accept the refugee to come in their country. But South African did sign, did accept. And then we know, I'm a lawyer by profession. Even I know they get something. Because all government whom have got people in this country, United Nations, is send them to provide money. And then that money being sent to South Africa. We are the people, they are not full.
But here's the constitution. What I'm talking about, you guys are not supposed to be seen here. Here it's written. You see that lady? I showed her. Then she decided to leave because I wanted her to read. Yeah, there are different types of Baba.
They are illegal foreigners.
Even legal foreign. This is for legal people. This is for legal people. So if you are legal, it's if you are illegal, it's worse. This is for legal people in the country.
Legal. They are legal.
Yes, guys.
We don't need
Okay. You see that energy that you are using now. It would be good if you are using that energy to sanitize. You know, if you are using that. No, I'm not getting it wrong. But I'm saying what we are doing, it's here in the Constitution. It's here. It's written here. Let me show you. Here, it talks about the medical permit. All of these people, they don't have a medical permit. And with the medical permit, you only get it if you were in touch with the hospital of your choice and a private facility for that matter that you are going to pay for their services. So, asylum seekers and whoever, they're not permitted to use our hospitals.
After that,
if they do pay, let them go pay in the private facilities. What we are doing here, it's nothing foreign. It's the constitution of the country. It is the constitution of South Africa. It is the constitution of our country. You see, even right now, they are disrespecting our security guards here.
South African government, they must speak. If South African government can speak, say, from today, we give you 1 month. Every foreigner must not go to private to government hospital. The people will not come to government hospital, clinic, whatever. But now it looks like illegal. It looks like the South African government, they are working underground. They are just scared to speak loudly. We don't need a foreigner. The people, the South African people have been speaking. We don't want foreigner.
Are you immigration? You are not an immigration. This is my ID book. And this is my ID book. And then you give me the right. No, you don't have the right. Come and take advantage. No, you are not an. Are you an immigration officer? Are we using are you immigration officer? Yes, we are from the I am from the This is my ID. I have an ID. You don't have one. No. Call an immigration. No.
The arrogance, especially from Nigerian nationals. Those people are so arrogant, it's not even funny. Like I always emphasize, these foreign nationals, they only know of their rights when they are in South Africa, but in their countries of origin, they don't have rights, not even a single right. But we will deal with their arrogance. The only way to deal with their arrogance is to implement the Constitution. This is nothing personal, but we are implementing the Constitution of our country. Our laws of our country need to be respected. 31 years is far too long for our country to be disrespected like this. Now, it's Section 17.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll be guided by the law.
We are here. We were met with a whole lot of resistance, and now the funny part is that we do have over 7 veins of SAPS who are here. I don't know what they're here for, because we are not pushing any people, or we are not violent to anyone, but however we are being intimidated. But we will stand our ground, because we believe that no one is above this Constitution. Even the president himself, when he takes oath of office, he says he will obey this very same Constitution.
No, I understand where we're going with this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not against this. No?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I have it?
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
Not have it.
No. Okay.
We managed to engage the police and also highlight this law that guides all of us. And what we are picking up is that as a government failed to implement the Constitution, the Immigration Act in its entirety to protect our country, its citizens, and everything in South Africa. So now they are facing with a situation where we've got an influx of illegal immigrants that are all over abusing our healthcare facilities.
But South Africa did say we will integrate the refugee in our population, because they know they get something. That's why the government of Zimbabwe did keep the people in the camp. They give voucher, they pay them every month to stay there. They went to clinic in Zimbabwe. I traveled many places. They went to clinic. If you're sick, they took you from the camp, but those guys for United Nations, they go to hospital. They are them who pay you.
So now what they're trying to do is create those laws that accommodates the wrong that they've done. That's why they are forcing us to now to allow foreign nationals to use our public and the public hospitals and clinics. So it's not going to work. As a government, re tlo ba ruta molao, and as a government, re tlo ba leader rena. As South Africans.
The unyama thing in sevenze, because you've got your own government that country ways.
So, but we since we are a leaderless state, we have been experiencing a situation where foreign nationals are doing as they please. They are being allowed to use the public hospitals and clinics. So we were here to correct that, and we were here to enforce Section 17. So now these are the results. I want you to come with me so that you can see for yourself how empty the place is. So you can just look at how empty the place is. We're doing the Lord's work. Our healthcare workers now can be able to do their job, and they are not going to be overworked, especially when we are in charge. So yeah, you can look at the place. You can see for yourself. This is Hillbrow Clinic. We were here last Friday. This place was full. This place was full, so you can just see for yourself. And in fact, earlier on, we've removed we had 94 women that were pregnant, and out of the 94, only 4 were South Africans. So this is the situation that we are faced with as a country. Our laws are disrespected, and we are saying it's not going to happen on our watch as the Patriotic Alliance. We are here enforcing the laws. We are saying to SA government, everybody in this country is going to respect the law. We are all going to follow the